has been a guy that's been around the program for a long time, and you know, I think he's ready to make that next step. And then a kid, Des Harris, that I think everybody's excited about, 6'3", 240, really fast. And then a kid, DeAndre Ward, that I think's become a national figure lately. He's doing really well for us too.
As his position coach, how special was that?
DeAndre Ward, I mean, it was awesome. You know, and I knew it was coming. You know, Coach Mullen had let me know that it was coming, and it was still emotional. Because being around that kid for the last couple of years and see what he's gone through and all the effort that he's put into his development as a special teams player, his development as a linebacker, the work he does in the weight room, in the classroom, in the community, he's an amazing kid. So when those kind of things happen to somebody like that, you can't help but get emotional, get teared up, and I think you can see in the video how much everyone on the team respects him, loves him, cares for him, you know, just as much as the coaching staff does. And it's well deserved, and you know, I'm happy for the kid.
You mentioned Matt. Really haven't talked about him a whole lot. I think he's only been requested once. Just talk about what kind of player he is.
He's a freak. I mean, we call him the cheetah. I mean, he's 6'3", he's 222 pounds. He runs a 4.35. You know, probably a 40-inch vertical. And he's just amazing to watch out on the field. How hard he plays. You know, some of the scouts come in and are like, you know, where did this kid come from? And we're like, he's been here, and he's amazing. And so we're excited about the things that he's going to do this year. Basically been a starter for the last 3 years. Him and Skinner split time, kind of like we do Matt and Zach. But he's played a lot of football for us, and I think the best is yet to come, you know, with his career.
They're kind of different shape and sizes, but your two freshman linebackers, Gary Green and J.T. Gray.
Right. Yeah. J.T. Gray, in the first scrimmage, I think he had 26 tackles, which is hard to do. And, I mean, he had 3 sacks, tackles for loss, PBUs. I mean, he was all over the field. And him and then Gary Green is kind of you got KJ Wright, then you got Benardrick, then you got Gary Green. You know, he's kind of in that same mold and that same, you know, direction we're going at that position. And a highly intelligent kid, high character kid, and he's just fun to coach every single day, just the way the rest of those kids in that room are.
Did you see that when y'all recruited JT? I know we played a lot of safety in high school
Right.
and running back. Did you kind of see that maybe kind of like Zach Jackson and
Right.
Matt Wells were in that mold?
Absolutely, and that's the kind, you know, it takes a special athlete to play that position. You know, you got to be fast enough to cover kids like Jamion Lewis, which is not an easy task, and you got to be big enough and physical enough to come in, fit the B gaps, and mix it up in the run game and those kind of things. And JT, you know, fits that mold. I mean, he's an aggressive kid. He flies around. He has no fear whatsoever, and so we're really excited about his future.
Looking at the defense as a whole, how much does the 1A, 1B attitude that you promote accelerate both the development and the learning of everybody, because they realize they're working together?
Right, and they're going to play. You know, a lot of times when you just have a 1 deep or a 2 deep, some of those younger kids don't, you know, they don't think they're going to play, but our kids know they're going to play. You know, Bernard McKinney, for all the stats and all the accolades, he played about 42 snaps a game last year because Richie Brown played so well and played so much. They know they're going to play, so they've got to pay attention. They got to be dialed in meetings, and they got to practice well, because how well they practice determine how many plays they're going to get in a game.
If JT keeps playing that well, do you play him, or you still ready?
Who knows? It's still early to tell, so you just let them develop as well as they can. And you know, the Bernard McKinneys of the world, you know, they didn't play very much, and all of a sudden they turned into these big-time guys. So just excited about his development.
At this point of preseason, how much now are you already starting to look at the opponents, and how much is still left for polishing and any installation?
Right.
Things like
you know,
that?
obviously such a big game in the new stadium. You know, so we've well versed in, you know, things that other teams do. So, but we haven't started really practicing yet. Still in game in preseason mode, and we'll kind of crank that up and get started over the next couple of days.
Talked